Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to keep your dog from jumping, how to keep them from being way overly excited when you're coming home or when guests are coming over. This is such an easy thing to do that I really feel a little bit guilty when someone asks me to come to their house to train their dog on this particular bad habit that they have. It's incredibly easy to keep your dog from jumping. But there are a couple things that everybody needs to remember. The first thing is that everybody in your household, everybody that comes over to visit, everybody needs to be on the same page. So if you have mom or sister or brother or someone who comes over frequently, you need to make sure that they are all on the same page and that they're all doing the same thing with you, because dogs learn by what they're rewarded with. So let me tell you what they actually get rewarded with when they're jumping on you. As you're walking through the door, or a guest is walking through the door, your dog is rewarded by the attention that they get. And even if you are pushing them off of you, and most of the time if you have big dogs, they're up here and you're pushing them off, dogs view our hands as playthings. So when you're doing that, they don't think of it as you're pushing them off. Even if you're kind of like scolding them and saying, get down, you're pushing and you're playing. Because if you think about how dogs play fight, usually they're using their paws to bat each other with. So even that simple act of you pushing them down is giving them a reward. So they're getting rewarded for jumping on you at this point. And that's the thing that you want to try to avoid. So here's the thing. If you're trying to get your dog, if you have an overexcited dog that jumps on everybody when they walk through the door, the thing that I recommend is that you just don't reward them with anything. Don't give them any bit of attention. And that can be pushing them off with your hands. That can be saying don't or get down. That can even be giving them eye contact. Dogs love attention. And when you're giving them that attention, you are rewarding them for the behavior that they're doing. I teach a reward-based training. And so anytime you give a dog any kind of reward, you're reinforcing a particular behavior. So any of you that's already had some lessons from me, you know that you don't want to reward behaviors that you want to cut out. So here's what I recommend that you do. There's a couple of ways to do it. The easiest way and the quickest way for you to start practicing is to just, as I said, don't give them attention. So while you're walking through that door, if your dogs are jumping up on you, or you've got guests that are coming up, and the dogs are jumping on your guests, completely ignore them. If you have to, hold your hands up so that you're not tempted to use those hands. So you want to keep your hands up. Don't even look at the dog. Look skyward. Don't say anything. You just give them zero attention until that dog has calmed down. As soon as they calm down and they're not jumping, the second that they stop jumping, you want to reward them and let them know that that's the behavior that you're trying to get. So when the dog stops jumping and their feet are on the ground or their butt's on the ground, they're not jumping, then you can bend down and give them the love and the attention that they're looking for. Now, if they immediately start to jump again, what you want to do is completely ignore them. Let them know that you don't get your reward for this behavior. The jumping behavior is not what you're getting rewarded for. I'm going to give you the attention when you're calm, when you're not jumping. So that's an easy way to do it. That's the quickest way that most dogs will learn. Another way, if you don't like the idea of standing there and doing this and waiting for the dog, you can do the walkthrough, which is the same concept, but you would just hold your head up, hold your arms up, just walk through them. Don't give them any attention whatsoever. They're going to pick up on, I'm not getting any attention, and they're kind of going to just stop what they're doing. But again, you don't want to not reward them, because more than likely they've waited all day long to see mom or dad come home. And it's not cruel, but it's insensitive not to give them some attention. So as soon as they've backed off, then you can turn around and give them that attention that they love. And then another way that you can try is if you've already taught them to sit. And this is why I say sit is so valuable, because sit can work out in so many different circumstances. You can start teaching them to sit before they get the attention. So as you walk through that door, if they are now at the verbal command part of being able to sit, you can just say sit, and then as soon as they sit, that's when you give the attention. And this is after you've already taught that behavior. You've faded out the food lure so that they sit for you without having to have food, because as soon as they sit, then you can give them the attention that they're seeking. So there's 3 different ways that you can try that. Again, this is a behavior that is so easily fixed that I hate to really come out to your house and say, hey, I'm going to charge you to teach you this kind of behavior, because it's so easy. So if you're having a dog that jumps, those are 3 really great ways to try to solve that problem. And so again, you want to do the either stand still until they behave, do the walk through until they behave, or you've taught them sit and you're going to ask them to sit before they get the attention from you. And you have to make sure that everybody's on board. Anybody that comes to the house regularly, let them know that they have to do this, because otherwise the dogs are going to get behaviors rewarded by certain people, and then other people are not going to be rewarding them. So you want to make it consistent, and you want to make sure that it's very clear the behaviors that are rewardable and the behaviors that don't get the reward. So I hope that helps some of you out, and if you have any other dog behavior problems, please feel free to reach out to me, and we'll see what we can do to fix those problems for you.